This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Lucius Matheson, or the Right Honorable Lucius Gustavius Fitzwilliam Matheson, if you want to use his full title, is, and excuse my French, a manipulative son of a bitch. Such a good liar, you ain't even sure the various titles and awards that were supposedly bestowed upon him are real, or things he made up to make himself look good. What I do know about him is that when he got the job of secretary to the then Governor General Herbert Kitchener, he wasted no time manipulating him, stroking his ego so that Herbert would eventually overstep himself and do something really stupid, allowing Lucius to come in and fill up the now vacant seat of power. However, Lucius realized he might have stroked a little too hard, as the Governor General tried to conduct a ritual to turn himself into an actual god. A ritual that thankfully failed, but caused quite the mess. After that fiasco, Lucius didn't have much time to benefit from the chaos before the new Governor General, Franco Marlowe, came in to clean things up. And although he had no real evidence, Franco blamed Lucius for the mess and made sure his future ambitions were curtailed. Lucius considered such harsh treatment a slap to the face, even if it was a bit well-deserved, and he is already making plans to regain his former power, slowly gathering those willing to swear loyalty to him, and, aggressively convincing those who are a bit more stubborn to sign some rather one-sided contracts. And to ensure his plans go on without a hitch, Lucius has many tools at his disposal, such as the scribe, who seems to just disappear from your memory, even if you're staring right at him, or Agent 46, a man whose personal records were either removed from the guild archives or never existed in the first place. The agent used by Lucius for various missions I assume are of the assassination variety, not to mention the guild investigators, lawyers, and false witnesses he has at his command, who make sure any incriminating evidence is pointed in someone else's direction. Additionally, Lucius has more than humans under his employ. If a stubborn target can't be removed without causing trouble, a doppelganger might be used to replace them. The creature living the target's life and ensuring they become a public supporter of good old Lucius. Or, if the target is foolish enough to walk the streets of Malifaux alone, they might find themselves surrounded by poor orphans. Orphans who quickly show their true faces as Neverborn changelings, ripping apart the unfortunate fool in a torrent of blood and viscera. Lucius firmly believes that soon enough, he will have Franco Marlowe wrapped around his little finger, just like he did Herbert. And when he does, his dark plans, whatever they may be, may finally come to fruition.
Hi guys, and welcome back to our Malifaux Masters breakdown, where we showcase the factions and personalities vying for soulstones and dominance within the Broken City. Today's episode features the shared guild and Neverborn politician Lucius Matheson and his dual elite and mimic keywords. Lucius's keyword focuses on an out-of-activation control mechanic to command others to bend to the will of their master, while also limiting the movement of enemies through the staggered condition. Their main mechanic revolves around the following Orders ability, a once per activation trait that allows a model to draw cards if it resolved an out-of-activation action caused by a higher cost figure. This card cycling can be built on further by the elite's Intimidating Authority ability, which allows them to discard a card when targeted by an attack action to have the opponent suffer a negative to their duel. Leading the elites is the mysterious political manipulator Lucius, a commanding control figure who brings the excellent Arcane Reservoir ability to increase the size of your control hand each turn. Lucius's signature action is to issue commands to his underlings, who are able to take a non-bonus action at an impressive 12-inch range. Should the master want to sully his own hands, then he has the ability to dish out serious damage from the backfield with his hidden sniper attack, which can draw its range from any keyword model for its 2-3-4 damage track with a possible crit strike bonus. Finally, Lucius has the Entourage ability, which allows him to pull allies up the field whenever he takes a walk action, optimizing their positioning for his forthcoming orders. Following their master into combat is the doting totem the Scribe, a relatively handy control piece who can inhibit enemy cheating with its betrayal aura while also removing conditions with a dispel magic action. Most impressive of all is the Scribe's combination of the Fade Away ability triggered to Berry and Unseen Butler trait, which allows him to pop out near a scheme marker or his master to pulse out healing and focus within 2 inches. Onto Henchman, and the elite have 2 to choose from, starting with the exceptional assassin Agent 46, a ruthless beater that can turn off the enemy's ability to cheat fate against his attacks thanks to the Inhuman Physiology bonus action. Following this up with the impressive twirling blades, 46 is able to dish out massive damage, executions, or pounce to another target should he hit one of his 3 excellent triggers available. Finally, should his very specific set of skills not be suited to the situation, 46 can use the Mimic bonus action to instead borrow a non-master ability from another model, making him a very versatile option for 9 soulstones. Speaking of versatility, your other henchman option is the sneaky Alan Reed, an excellent problem solver who can cause significant issues for the enemy with both his auras and damage. Between the diversion ability and boring conversation bonus action, Reed can heavily hamper enemy activations near to him, while his attack actions offer a range of excellent triggers. In particular, the talk trigger on his garrote can force enemies to reveal undeclared schemes should they be unable to discard 2 cards, offering a significant advantage to the elite. Moving over to Enforcers, and the Doppelganger offers exceptional scheming thanks to her move 6, Disguised and Don't Mind Me abilities. Additionally, the Doppel's Mimic bonus action comes with an impressive stat 7, meaning that the skill she copies also benefits from this number, creating some potent options for attack. Finally, the ever-useful Lure can be used to move friend and foes alike across the board, again enhancing that positioning gameplay. Over to minions then, starting with a 7 Soulstone Elite Investigator, a model that specialises in marker manipulation through their 2 evidence abilities and active crime scene bonus action, which can switch off enemy scheme markers for the purposes of scoring for the turn. The Investigator comes with a stat 7 garrote attack with a built-in stagger trigger, ensuring that subsequent strikes deal big damage with a +2 bonus. Next up is the phenomenal Guild Lawyer, a 6 Soulstone Obey machine that can be treated as +2 cost for the purposes of other models following Order's abilities. The Lawyer's chatty aura, tools for the job, and impassioned defense skills mean that it will often achieve plenty even outside of commanding others, as long as you're able to protect its relatively meagre defenses. Following on from the courts, we have the shared journalist False Witnesses, who bring the excellent false claim tactical action to drop scheme markers rapidly. This, coupled with the ability to hand out adversary and negative willpower jewels, make the Witness an excellent distraction for high-cost enemy targets. Finally, for some cheaper mimicry, we have the Neverborn Changelings, who can use just like you tactical action to steal that of a higher costed model at a cost of -2 to its stat. This, coupled with a 3-inch slow pulse through its Whispered Truth, can make the Changelings excellent late-turn activations when opposing resources are diminished. On the table, Lucius and his minions excel at board control and burst damage output, being able to isolate an enemy for execution before granting an ally multiple attacks to get the job done. Additionally, the combination of Arcane Reservoir and Following Orders gives significant room for card cycling in order to facilitate these abilities. Strategies and schemes that revolve on interactions, marker placement, and isolated target damage are all areas where the elite excel, putting their superior action economies to good use while also creating doubt for the opponents as to what has actually finished moving for the turn. On top of this, the ability to put enemy activations on minus flips through a variety of means can further compound the efficiency gap between Lucius and his foes. However, it's not all good news for the elite, as there are actions a clever opponent can take to limit their effectiveness. For example, blocking line of sight between models with markers or large bases can limit the ability of the crew to issue its commands freely. High damage to critical models such as Agent 46 or the Investigator can ensure that they don't get to excel in out of activation attacks. Finally, abilities such as Terrifying or Ruthless can go some way in chipping through the crew's weaker areas, leveling the playing field in terms of that activation efficiency that we mentioned. Finally, if you'd like to stick Lucius out for a spin, then here is an example list that can work for either Neverborn or Guild by keeping in keyword. Use Agent 46 and the Investigator to do your heavy lifting in combat, while Alan Reed and the Doppelganger score victory points with the support of their allies. Once you've gained confidence with these models, then consider swapping for another faction minion such as the Executioner or Mature Nephilim, who can benefit from Lucius's orders to deal huge amounts of damage. So that brings us to the end of this Malifaux Masters breakdown. We hope it's been useful in giving you a snapshot of the crew and its mechanics. Additionally, a massive thank you to the wonderful stylings of Arvandus who you heard in the introduction. You can find more information about his channel down in the description below. For more talk about Malifaux and its masters, why not check out our podcast, The Harlefaux Show, where we break down each keyword and why you should play it. Alternatively, we have a wealth of beginner-friendly battle reports here on the channel that guide players through every flip and decision. Whichever you choose, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, folks. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.